In this lesson, we will learn about Microsoft Entra ID initial configurations. First, we will go through the list of items required to create a new Azure account. Then we will learn how the default Entra ID domain is formed. After that, we will change the default Entra ID domain, then rename the default tenant name. Finally, we will conclude our lesson with the review questions. To create a new Azure account, you will need the following information: a valid Microsoft account or a GitHub account. In my case, I use the Microsoft account itlifeskills@outlook.com, a phone number, a credit card or debit card. With the information, you can start with a 30-day free trial license. And when the trial license is expired, you can convert it to pay-as-you-go license. To register for a new Azure account, you will need to open azure.microsoft.com, then click on Get Started with Azure, then click on Try Azure for free. Here, you will need to log in with your Microsoft account, and it will trigger the sign up process, which requires you to provide the phone number and the credit or debit card information. After Microsoft verifies your information, you will be able to access Azure for free for 30 days with $200 credit. I completed the process, so I will not do it again. When you sign up for a new Azure account, it is assigned an Entra ID tenant with a default domain name uniquely identified in the onmicrosoft.com namespace. Therefore, the tenant default domain name consists of a unique prefix and is followed by the onmicrosoft.com suffix. The unique prefix is generated automatically by Azure based on the Microsoft account used to sign up for Azure. The unique prefix is to identify the name of your Azure tenant. So in my case, the default domain is itlifeskills@outlook.onmicrosoft.com. As you can see, it's a little too long and it doesn't really identify the name of my tenant, and I want to change it. Let's verify the primary domain of my Entra ID tenant. To do that, I need to log in to portal.azure.com. Here, I need to click on the Microsoft account itlifeskills@outlook.com that I used to sign up for Azure. Here, I need to enter the password of the Microsoft account itlifeskills@outlook.com, then click on Next. Here, I just click No so I can log in with multiple accounts. And after login, I just click on Entra ID. And as you can see, the primary domain is itlifeskills@outlook.onmicrosoft.com. To change the default Entra ID domain, first I need to create an account in the Azure tenant and assign the global admin role to it. Then I log into the admin.microsoft.com website with the new account with the global admin role. Then I can add the new domain, which is the tenant name dot on Microsoft.com. The chosen tenant name must be unique in on Microsoft.com domain. Then I can set the new domain as the default domain. In my case, the new domain is itlifeskills.onmicrosoft.com. Now, let me show you the account that I created. To do that, I need to click on users. And as you can see, I created the account name global admin. So let's click on it and click on the assign roles. As you can see, the account is assigned with the global administrator role. Let's log into admin.microsoft.com website to change the default domain. To do that, we need to open a new tab and type in admin.microsoft.com. First, let's try to sign in with the Microsoft account itlifeskills@outlook.com. As you can see, it doesn't allow us to sign in because it is a personal account. We have to log in with a work or school account. So let's change this to the GA account, which is GA at itlifeskillsoutlook.onmicrosoft.com. Then click next. Here we enter the password of the GA account. Then click on the sign in button. And here we need to provide the authentication code 50. And that's it. We sign in. To add a new domain here in Microsoft 365 Admin Center, we need to click on Show All, then click on Settings, then click on Domains. As you can see, I have already added my domain itlifeskills.onmicrosoft.com. But just to show you how to add a new domain, we have to click on the default domain, then open it, then scroll down and click on add on Microsoft.com domain. Then here we can enter the tenant name or organization name. And as you remember, the organization name must be unique in on Microsoft.com domain. Then click on the add domain button. That's it. Now we need to set the new domain as the default domain. To do that, we need to click on domains, and here we select the new domain itlifeskills.onmicrosoft.com. Then click on set as default and click on set as default. That's it. Let's now log into portal.azure.com with the Microsoft account to verify that the new domain itlifeskills.onmicrosoft.com now become the primary domain. So here we need to click on Microsoft Entra ID, and as you can see, the primary domain is itlifeskills.onmicrosoft.com. The next item is the default tenant name. The default tenant name is default. It can be changed in the properties of the Entra ID tenant to reflect the name of the organization. Let's change the tenant name to IT Life Skills. To do that, we scroll down to the properties and click on it. And in the name, we type in IT Life Skills, then click on Save. That's it. Let's now log into portal.azure.com using the Microsoft account that we use to create our tenant to verify that the tenant name got updated. Here we click on Entra ID. As you can see, the tenant name now showing as IT Life Skills, and it also showing over here as IT Life Skills, which is also the tenant name. Everything looks good. Let's conclude our lesson with the review questions.